So we are looking at SNPK. This is the 5-minute chart. So if it doesn't look quite familiar, that's why. A bunch of questions came in today given the crazy price action. So best way to really kind of break it down was look just to go at an intraday level like this. So I figured the 5-minute probably does the best job of just kind of showing what transpired today from the technical perspective. And it actually shows us kind of an interesting pattern that basically took place from noon or so throughout the rest of the day. So we'll just first start off with kind of the obvious part of the chart, this little nasty portion over here. I haven't been following this one too much, so I'm not sure what caused this. If I really have no idea, so I just won't even comment on it. But bottom line, big nasty fall here, but then again, this crazy bounce happened, and then after the bounce pretty much tapped out there, went into essentially consolidation mode the rest of the day. So congrats to anybody that had the guts to accumulate and pick up some shares on this pullback here, as you'd still be sitting up at a nice healthy profit from there. But the key thing that I wanted to point out, and really kind of going into the next week, I think it'll help dictate what sort of direction the things will be taking, is if we there we go. So we'll map this out as the bottom portion of the pattern, which is going to be our support level, and then we have this trend line here, which is going to act as the top portion of the pattern and also as the resistance level. So depending on who you talk to, some people might call this symmetrical triangle, others might just call it a wedge, but basically they all mean the same thing, psychologically speaking, meaning you had this big move here, and then it kind of faded down here. Although this point didn't quite hit it, there was still this pullback. Then it kind of bounced back up, hit there, bounced back up, hit there, and then was drifting back downwards, going into the final portion of the day. But all that's telling us is pretty much indecision right now. The bulls try to make a push, and then the bears kind of gain the upper hand. The bulls try to make a push, and then the bears kind of gain the upper hand. So it's just basically a back and forth battle right now. So going into next week, I'll be watching what sort of direction the price comes out of this pattern. If you see a move here where it just really busts out of this pattern and you see a massive volume bar down there, then at least the early portion of the week I would assume would go fairly well for the bulls. And then the opposite's true. If you see a candle start to go through the bottom portion and you see a big volume bar down here, then the opposite's probably going to be true. So that's going to be the key thing, at least in my opinion, to watch, is what sort of price action is going to occur within this symmetrical triangle right here. So that's what I'll be keeping my eye on. If there are any other questions on the chart, please let me know. If not, thank you for listening and enjoy your weekends.